What's up guys, Zestran here, and today I have another news slash discussion video type thing, the things I usually do. And this one's about Konami, Kojima, and all that stuff. So last week, on Konami's official website, they posted that they are hiring a new development team for a new Metal Gear game. And a lot of people were like flipping out. And in case you didn't know, it's because all the stuff that's happened with Konami and Kojima over the year, taking his name and development team's logo and stuff off the website, taking his name off the box, taking his Kojima Productions logo off the box, all this type of stuff. Either way, he no longer works there. He's now independent with a new Kojima Productions, now is partnering with Sony. There's just all this stuff that's happened, so I can see why people are mad for Konami hiring for a new Metal Gear project. Now, just a quick disclaimer. I am not a Metal Gear fan. I've only played like Ground Zeroes, and that's because it was free on PlayStation Plus 1 month. And I didn't even beat it, I played a little bit of it. I'm putting some gameplay on for some visual aid like I usually do. But this isn't like make me mad anyway. I understand, because Konami, they do a lot more than just video game publishing. And clearly their video game publishing part is not making as much money as it used to. And they're like, well, it's either costing them more money than they're making, or they're not making enough profit to continue on with being this AAA publisher and all this stuff. That's why they don't have like Castlevania or Contra or any of their classic series. They only really have Metal Gear and their soccer series. And those are both those are both moneymakers, so that's obviously why. And we don't know the whole situation between Kojima and Konami, really. Maybe Kojima was, maybe he was mean, and it was, a lot of the problems was his fault. Maybe, if Konami was mean, it was his fault. Maybe it was more of a neutral thing, but Konami was just being very hush about it. Maybe it's just that, because they're trying to downgrade their publishing aspects, and maybe they're trying to lower the cost of it. Maybe Kojima was just too expensive. He's a big name now. A lot of people, who follow video games know who that is. He has a big reputation. So maybe he just cost too much money and Konami couldn't afford him anymore. Those are all possibilities. We don't really know still. Until we get an official story from either one of the sides, we don't really know. And people getting mad that they're hiring a new development team for a new Metal Gear project is kind of ridiculous. Because why would Konami not? Obviously Metal Gear is one of their big sellers. It's a money maker, so why would they not continue making it? Just because they laid off or whatever happened with Kojima doesn't mean that they're going to stop making Metal Gear. And they could reboot it, they could do a reimagining of it. Not saying that someone else is going to come in and completely change it. I heard some people come in and say that Konami's just gonna completely like, no, you can't do this, you can't do that, completely take control of it. I don't really see that either. I mean, as a publisher, they'll obviously do some, hey, you should do this, hey, you shouldn't do that type thing, but it's not going to be as bad as a lot of people say it is. I don't think anyway. I'm not too familiar with Konami, and from like playing games and stuff, I've never really played any of their games. I definitely don't feel like this is as big as a deal as people are making it out to be. And who knows? It could be still an amazing game whenever that comes out. Probably like not for a long time. Because they're hiring a development team now, and games take anywhere from 2 to like 7 years depending on the game to develop. You never know. Like it could be a PlayStation 5 game for all we know. It could be like a PlayStation 4 and 5 game. Who really knows? But maybe Konami will restructure in time. Obviously they're downsizing. Their publishing side of it. I mean, they have all kinds of like pachinko machines and like gambling type stuff in Japan, and they have like gyms, and they do all sorts of crazy things in Japan. It's kind of the same thing with Sega, actually. Well, their parent company is like that, but they do more than just video game publishing. A lot of Japanese companies are like that, actually, believe it or not. So this is not so. A lot of people are like, oh, Konami's just gonna go bankrupt. They're gonna blah blah this, blah blah that. Blah. It's like, no, they're actually doing pretty well in terms of profit with their other divisions, but their publishing side is not. That's why they're going to keep their big sellers like Metal Gear and Pro Evolution Soccer. And I don't blame them, but I don't know. That's just how I feel about this whole Konami situation. I don't think they're this big evil tyrant company that forced Kojima out of his job and took everything away from him and everything. I think it could have been a very neutral thing. Maybe it's just that maybe he wanted to leave, maybe he was just too expensive. maybe there was a little bit of bad blood. Who knows? Like, really, only they know. And we'll probably find out someday. But I noticed Kojima has a new studio now. Well, it's a new old studio, I guess. It's the same, like, name, but different. I don't know. And he'll be making something new, and that's fine. And then who knows what Konami will be like by the time the next Metal Gear game comes out, or whatever. They could be a completely different company with whatever. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. You heard my thoughts, so just let me know yours. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later.